So in Birthright, this map where there was a bunch of water, well, I mean the opera in general, it was pretty easy, since you can skip most of it. And this actually applies for this map too. The first wave of enemies, they are gonna charge at you, but all you have to do is just like handle that, and then you're just free to go and kill the boss, and the other enemies won't just do anything. Haitaka is up there because he's gonna be the one who's gonna be able to kill both the Pegasus and the Samurai, despite getting like 2 level ups, I believe. He still is able to be able to kill them because abilities, strong moves, strongly paused, very pair up. It worked out. Um, so yeah, as long as you just handle the first wave enemies, you're fine. So it's just the samurai, the Pegasus, and those archers at the bottom. And these guys are really getting obliterated right now. And now you just gotta deal with those 3 pegs and those 3 archers, and that's it. That's literally it. Oh, actually, I mean there is the enemies above next to the chest, but there's no rush for those guys. As you doubt, I could just use Camilla for those guys. This literally, or actually, I'm pretty sure I use Leo for those guys. Because the thing is that Leo, his internal level is 18, and he's level 2. So if you do the math, 18 plus 2 is 20. So he's a level 20 unit right now, and so he'll get a lot less EXP from those owning savages. So you obviously want to use Leo to kill those guys, since you want to use your promoted units, since to soak up all that EXP in general. I'm pretty sure I said this like a bunch of times, but I mean, it's important to say, because this is probably the most important thing to do. I know no one is realistically ever going to do this run, but if there's one thing you need to know, it's just always use your promoted units. That's just a fact. That's a fact you always have to do. There's no ifs or buts about that. It's just there's no downside to it. Your units will not get less EXP if you don't use them. That's not how Fire Emblem works. I'm sorry. So now here we could just use Leo to kill this archer. So beautiful 1 EXP right there. Like Leo's level is very useful. And then yeah, just handling these guys, and now I just gotta kill these 2 packs. That's it. Done. And then just hand his only savages, open the 2 chests, and kill Kumaragi. I'm not capturing Kumaragi because it's a bit too much for my situation. He's a bit strong, and my units are a little bit weak. So I don't really have like. If I were to catch him, I would need to do a bit more, and honestly, he's not really worth the effort. It's like, I mean, what exactly is he gonna do? Exactly, he doesn't have a mount. He doesn't. His stats are not the best. I mean, freaking Karma caught Kumaragi, and she like never used him. Like, I mean, she deployed him for like Kana's map, but I'm pretty sure it didn't matter. Like. Do you want shove? You don't need shove in Conquest, you need shove in Birthright. There's like no use for Kumaragi on my team right now. It's like, oh, you might think like Ninja Hell for chapter 17, but it's like, I have Shura and Xander for them. I'll be fine. Like, Kumaragi is not gonna do anything. Like, he's not worth the slot, so he's not worth capturing. Like, I was thinking I would capture him, but it was just like too much. The thing is that, in terms of how Karma did it, first of all, her Naruto was promoted, and I'm pretty sure she used a sword. Either way, I'm pretty sure hers was promoted, and she also killed the archer in front of Kumaragi to make it easier to weaken. But for me, I can't have that situation. So what I had to do is that I have to just attack from the only 2 spots where I can attack from Kumaragi, which is diagonal for him. So obviously, I have to use 2 flyers for that. I only have 2 of them. And they just want to attack from Camilla and Leo. They can't do enough damage for Nairos to kill, so it's just unfortunate, but it doesn't matter. Like, oh no Kumaragi. It doesn't matter. So there's also at some point the map is gonna slow down a little bit because I'm prepping. I want to make sure that Azor and Kaze, they dance for each other, because there are actually gonna be a support pair so I can get their paralogs later on. So after they dance for a bit, Kaze is gonna be with Selena, and then once I go in to kill Kumaragi, Selena will move to the chest in the bottom, in the middle of the map, so that Kaze can open it. And the chest at the top right, the top, Kaze or Niles will open it prior before doing all of this. And all they do is just transfer Leo, Camilla, Berika, and Jacob up there, and Haitaka. Haitaka is actually needed there too because of rally defense, because due to counter magic, Leo gets killed, but with rally defense, he doesn't. So yeah, that's very important. So yeah, that's all I have to do. So I got Haitaka up there, Berika and Leo are paired up, Camilla and Jacob are paired up, So what I do is that I use Haitaka to rally defense. Leo goes in with Berika, and then he attacks Kumaragi. He doesn't kill. He does like I think it's like 20 damage. It's like 20 damage, yeah. And the reason why I need Leo to attack first is like you might think that like with Leo's ability where he does 3 extra damage if the enemy's really weakened, I would use Camilla first. But the problem is that the thing is that it's actually better for Leo to attack first because Leo has Malefic Aura. He might not be too aware of this ability because I don't think many people really care about this ability because when you see a mage, you kill it. and when you play freaking Conquest, you don't even encounter any enemies with that. But it makes it so that any enemy within the range takes extra 2 damage. So it applies to other units. In Camilla, when she attacks, she doubles and she'll do extra 2, so it'll be 4 extra damage compared to 3 extra damage, and that'll be just enough to kill Kumaragi. And yeah, that's basically the map. There's really no reason for me to continue talking. It's just what literally everything is going on is literally what is just about to happen. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, very very easy map. This is like I guess it's not like they didn't really think that like, oh, let's just have all of like these status saves here. There's no way that the player would ever think to, just fly over and kill Kumaragi. They would never do that. But unfortunately, developers, we can do that because I am the best player. So obviously, as the best player, I am 4 steps ahead of you, and my brain already processed how to do that kind of stuff. Actually, yeah, I'm already doing it. Look, Selena moves, Kaze opens the chest, Haitaka rally defenses. I'm just repeating everything I just said like 5 minutes ago, but it's okay. Maybe if you have brain damage, you need me to repeat this. So, props for you guys. And he missed, so I guess that wasn't needed. But now look, exact damage, and Kumaragi is dead. You will not be missed. There'll be other bosses to capture.